Hi there, I'm Tomas Michaud from Real Guitar School. In this lesson, I'm going to teach you how we can use scales, the notes from scales, to create chords. Now, some people call this music theory. I like to just call it, this is how guitar works. And you'll find that this will help you tremendously to feel more confident when you're learning and playing guitar, as well as to learn faster. So come on in and make sure and watch all the way to the end, because I'll tie everything together that we've done before this. Hey there, you're in for a real adventure here. By the way, this lesson builds on the previous two lessons. And if you haven't watched those, I'd encourage you to go ahead and at least watch them so you understand more. You can find the links to those on the blog post for this lesson. Let's start off by just doing a very quick review of the numbers of the scale. So we're going to do the single string first. Start with C, that's 1, 2, that's one whole step, 3 is another whole step, 4, half step, 1 fret, 5, whole step, 6, whole step, I'm on the 12th fret now, 7, whole step, doesn't matter what finger you use, and then half step to 8, which we're also going to call 1. That's the C note again, 1 octave higher. And of course I explained this in more detail in the video before this. 1, 2, 3, 4, half step, 5, 6, 7, and half step, 8. Now let's bring that on over to the movable major scale, which we start on the 8th fret. Oh, 8th fret. Okay, so that's number 1, up a whole step, 2, 3, the next note, 4, you can't see this clearly, but that's a half step, 5, whole step, 6, 7, that's another whole step, and 8 is a half step. You can see that one more easily. And we can keep going. 8 is also 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 1 again, 2, 3, and 4. By the way, you'll find a cheat sheet on my blog post. Download that because I have very clear diagrams to help you remember this. Now let's talk about chords. The most basic form of a chord is a triad. That means 3 notes. In the case of C, it would be 3 notes that would make up the C chord, or triad. When you look at a scale, you can pick out notes from the scale to make up a chord. In the case of the C chord, you pick the first, skip a note, third, skip a note, 5th note, and that makes a C major chord, or triad. So let's take a look at that on the single note scale. C is 1, we'll skip 2 and go to 3, skip 4 and go to 5. 1, 3, 5. Now, when you play a chord like C, it looks like a lot more notes than 3, doesn't it? That's an open C chord. Well, that's because many of the notes are doubled. So you can have the same C note played in other places. But if you actually go through each of the notes, you'll find there are really only those 3 notes, the 1, 3, 5. Now, I'm not going to talk too much about the names of the notes right now. That's for a later lesson, and it'll probably confuse this one. Let's just stick with numbers. 1, 3, 5. 1, and if you go through each of the notes, you'll find that they're either the 1, 3, or 5 of the C scale. Now let's go ahead and look at that movable scale and play the 1, 3, 5. And 5. 1, 3, 5. When you play the notes together like this, that's a chord. We actually call, when you play them separate, the same notes. Those are the same notes. That's an arpeggio. That's playing arpeggio. Arpeggio just means playing a chord 1 note at a time. So we're actually playing an arpeggio here. 1, 3, 5 of the C triad, or C chord, again, if you played it all together. Go ahead and try that with me right quick. The C, that's the 8th fret, 6th string. That's 3. It's actually E also, but we'll call it 3. And then the 5 note, G. Now follow along. We're going to play the F chord now. The F chord is 4 in the scale. Be patient. C, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's also C, D, E, F, okay? 4. And we're going to build that triad on the F. F is 4, 5, 6 we need. We got to skip a note. 4, 5, 6. So it's 6, 7, 8 would be the next note. We're going to call it 1 also. It's an octave of the original C. 4, 6, and 1 or 8. Go ahead and play that. That's on the A string, the 5th string, 8th fret, A, up to the 12th fret, and then over to the 4th string. F triad. Now one more. We're going to play the G. You just go up a note. The G is the 5, number 5 of the scale. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. C, D, E, F, G. Okay, same thing. G, skip a note. That's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's no 9. We're actually, remember I said we're starting over. 8 is 1. That's 2 again. 5, 7, and then 2 of the next octave of the scale. Okay, go ahead and play that one with me. 5th string, 4th string, that's the 9th fret, and the 12th fret, 4th string. 10th fret, 5th string, and now play all 3, starting with the C. To the F, and the G. And go back to C. One more time. Listen. Now we're going to take it one step farther and apply that to a different scale. That's where the numbers come in handy. Let's move it down to the A scale. Remember that starts on the 5th fret, 6th string, same scale. And so on. Start with A, 1, 3, 5. 1, 3, 5. Over to the 4, which is actually D. And the 5, it's A, B, C, D, E. Okay, I just played the 1, 4, 5 in the key of A. By the way, we can say the key in this case is always the name of the scale. A scale means key of A. The 1, 4, 5 chords are actually, most people consider the most important chords in a key. They help establish the sound of a key. I'm telling you this now, but we'll get much more into this into a later lesson. That's how musicians talk. We talk about play me the 1, 4, 5 in the key of A. So let's do that in G, just for practice. G, 1, 4, G, A, B, C, C triad. Yes, you can play C here or you can play it here. You can play notes on many places on the guitar. Now the 5, G, A, B, C, D. 5 is D. I think you're getting good at this. Now I want to just mention right now that you can actually build a chord off of every note in the scale. On any one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Only the 1, 4, and 5 are major. You'll find the other ones are minor, except number 7. I don't want to go into that in more detail now. That's for a later lesson, but I just wanted to give you a hint that there's more to come. So, your assignment for today, if you choose to accept it. If you're a beginner, I want you to practice the 1, 4, 5 in C, that C scale that starts on the 8th fret. And go ahead after you do that and move it around and try it in different places, at least 3 or 4. We did the A, the G, but you can do any note. By the way, this is where it really helps to know the names of the notes on the 6th string. So I could do the same thing in F, and so on. F sharp. Okay, so if you're more experienced, I want you to take it up a notch. Play the 1, 4, 5 out of the C scale. And then take it up an octave. Start with the 1 here. Then go ahead and move it around at least 4 or 5 if you're more experienced. You can do A, G, but try moving it around. B flat or A sharp, depending on how you look at it. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you've enjoyed this lesson. If you're watching this on YouTube, please give me a like and subscribe to my channel. I'd love to keep in touch. Also, head on over to my blog, sign up for my weekly emails, and I'll send you a weekly lesson. You can find a link over on the right side of the blog. And go ahead and download the cheat sheets down at the bottom of the blog post. And if you haven't watched the previous lessons, check the links out and take a look at those too. Thanks again. See you soon.